and welcome back to MD Globe Muscle here at the On the Rise Media Studio with me, your host, Giles Thomas. And we're joined all the way from, not Argentina, apparently Brazil, because he's been there for the last 2 years, Francisco Barrios Vlk.
Hey, man.
Hey.
You got it.
Oh, I got your name right. So it's because I've always seen your name as Francisco Barrios, but you just said there's VLK. That's your mother's.
My mom is Elena Patricia Vlk.
Vlk, 3 letters.
Vlk.
Okay.
Yes. For example, she works in a studio there in Argentina, and they had to put Vlk instead of Vlk for marketing reasons. So it's complicated. I know. I mean, we don't get offended when people got it wrong because it's our fault. It's not theirs, you know.
But I noticed you only added it onto was it the last contest? Because we were doing a preview, myself and Ron Harris, for the, what was the last? It was Texas, and what was the other one you did?
I did Texas, and then I did Europe.
That's right, yeah. Well, it was one of the shows, I think it was the Spain show. And I said, you've missed out Francisco Barrios. I said, he's really good. I said, he's just done really well in Texas. And Ron went, he says, I didn't spot it. He said, because he's changed his name. And I said, I'll have to speak to him about that. So that's your mother's name. So I'm glad we cleared that up.
No, it's a confusion, man, I have since I was in high school.
Okay.
It's all right. Just all right. Don't worry.
All right, then, mate.
My mom is going to be offended because we don't mention her nothing. No problem.
Sorry, Mom. Sorry, Mom.
Sorry, Mom.
Yeah. Right, so I'll tell you what, let's just talk about Brazil, because, I mean, you're originally from Argentina. So what was the reason for the move to Brazil, mate?
Right now, Argentina is like one of the deepest crises economically in history. The money, the peso, Argentina is so devaluated. It's why it's said like that.
Yeah.
It's so devaluated that actually me and my girlfriend, we are both pros. She's a wellness pro athlete. Mm-hmm. And it was like, okay, we want to make a living from bodybuilding. We want to have that chance at least. We have to move out from Argentina. And I've been working on my visa to work and live in the United States for 2 or 3 years now.
Okay.
But as I still don't have that, we decided like Brazil is near to Argentina. I have a very good number of good friends here, like Rafael Brandao, for example, like Vitor Capial, that's been helping me to settle up. So actually, we're having a very good time here in Curitiba. It's a very, very calm, very Europe-style city here in Brazil. People is very calm. They drive slow. The city is very clean. We got the overall gym. That is like the first big gym here in Brazil. Is the mecca of bodybuilding here in Brazil. So we actually having a very good time. We met a very, very good kind people. I got my training, Iago. He's it's like I'm the first bodybuilder he's working every day with. But since we've been working together, a lot of pros like came from São Paulo and came from Curitiba to work with him. He's very, very good. So actually to work, to prep, here I have found a very good environment, you know.
Yeah. I remember, do you know what I mean? The first time I ever even heard that Brazilian bodybuilding was kind of on the rise was when Patrick Tuor, your coach, was working with Rafael in 2017.
Yeah, for his pro debut in San Marino.
Yeah, I was there. He got first call out.
Gosh.
24 years old with Brandon Curry, Cedric McMillan, Hadi Chupin. I mean, that...
Crazy.
Yeah.
Man, Rafa is one of a kind. Not only because of his physique, but as a person, as a human being, as an entrepreneur also. I mean, he's like... you take Flex Lewis here to Brazil, and it's Rafael Brandao. How he treats all his fans. I know he had a lot of mentoring from Flex himself. So when I get here, even Flex was happy because we started like working together every day with Rafa. And man, not only inside the gym, but also how to relate with the people here in Brazil, with the Brazilians, and maybe they're kind of close if you are not from Brazil. He helped me to, for example, for the language, to learn Portuguese, to start speaking Portuguese in social media also. I have to say Rafa is like not only a big brother, but also he helped me, he hugged me when I get here, you know?
Yeah.
It's a pity he had to move to Sao Paulo because of a big company from here that took him there. I know he's happy. I know it was the best for him. But man, I fucking miss him. He's a very, very good guy.
He's a cool guy. So did you move to Brazil after you turned pro in Spain in 2021 when we saw you?
It was 1 year after that, or 7 months, something like that. I was here.
Yeah. Yeah. So, I mean, obviously, Brazilian bodybuilding, I mean, it's in the last, I think it was since the split in 2018, the IFBB split. I mean, I've just seen it go from 2017. Yeah, exactly. It's just gone bigger and bigger. And you got Horse MD and you got the Raphael. I mean, there's just, I can't almost keep up with the amount of, do you know what I mean? Because, I mean, I know that Tamer puts, he puts on how many shows in Brazil, and they're all well attended.
There's plenty.
So many events.
And a lot of pro shows. It's like for Brazilians, they can get their pro card and they fight for the Olympia qualification without leaving Brazil. And that's very good because, I mean, they promote a lot the sport here. It's like you go to a pro show here in Brazil and there are most of them Brazilian athletes that have made all their career as an amateur also here in Brazil. So it's like they're very connected with their fans. Brazilian fans are crazy. They're like the best. So I think it's as a lot of potential, that they are knowing how to make it grow here in Brazil. I mean, they have also Ramondino.
Yeah.
They have a lot of very, very top world athletes that are settled and working and living here in Brazil, making a good living from bodybuilding for their families, from themselves. There's a lot of opportunities here, man.
I've seen I'm amazed actually. It was Patrick told me, 6 years ago, and obviously it's grown since then, about how much support the athletes get from the sponsors. They're really well looked after.
No, yes, they really well look after. And for example, right now, if you go to São Paulo, you get brands like Interamerica. I can talk about all of them because I'm affiliation, so you can ask anything you want.
Okay.
Interamerica, Darkness, Maxitanium, and Probiotica have these gyms. I mean, the spaces for the athletes, private for athletes, for the brands.
Crazy.
That they have sauna, they have PlayStation 5. They got kitchens. I mean, the equipment is crazy. Here, to be a bodybuilder is a good time.
Yeah.
If you're here from Brazil and you're doing your career here, you're gonna get some good opportunities. They also, I think, Darkness just signed this guy who competed in Texas, top 5 in the Open, Carlos Thomas Jr.
Carlos.
Wow, crazy physique.
Yeah.
I mean, top athlete for the United States and has signed with a company here from Brazil.
Oh, wow. I didn't know that.
Yeah, from Darkness. So they're working. They're doing a very, very good work here, man.
Yeah. Hey guys, sorry, we just had to do a bit of a lighting check there. So thank you, Derrick. Sorry, you were about to say something about Brazil. Another thing.
Is that there's a lot of rising talents
here
in Brazil that still haven't showed a lot of themselves to the world. That when they go out and they start doing the pro shows there in the States or in Europe, they're going to do a lot of talking about them. They're going to make a statement. I think. Yeah. There's a lot of talent here, man. A lot crazy.
I know we've kind of touched on it already, but are you enjoying living there? Because I spoke to Emi Omaragic, and he said I love it here. He said it's where bodybuilders feel welcome. He said it's a good atmosphere. He said good facilities, good support. People love bodybuilding. They're very well receptive to it. So do you love it there, or do you see yourself staying there?
Actually, for example, that my ultimate goal is to be settled up in the United States. Yeah. I have the opportunity because of my relationship with Flex Lewis to get installed in Texas and be near him. To learn to be with him. But I have to say I'm very, very happy. Me and my girlfriend, we are very happy here in Curitiba. We found, as I told you, a very, very calm, very good place, clean place to live, amazing gym, amazing people, the owner of the gym, the owners, because they are still there, Robson and Bruno, they take a lot of good care from us. My trainer in the gym I work with every day is here also. So I found here in Curitiba a very good place, to go to the United States, do the shows, meet some good people, make some connections, etc., and then to work, and then come here to Curitiba to actually prep. As I'm not in São Paulo, São Paulo is crazy of bodybuilding. The big brands are there. All the good athletes are actually there. People there is crazy. Here in Curitiba is more I get a bit disconnected of all that.
Yeah.
and I can actually have a tranquil, a very calm day-by-day life, training, prepping. The cost of living here also is lower. So actually, we are very, very happy here, man.
So why is it taking so long for your visa? You said 2 or 3 years for America. Why is it taking so long?
Because actually my lawyer was telling me is that we need to do a very strong statement for the first time. We can't be like denied and then start working it again. So I'm just, as I told you, as I'm very happy here in Curitiba still.
Yeah.
It's like of course, I always have like rush, like anxiety, to be able to go prep, be more time, work there in the United States because of all the opportunities I know I have there as a bodybuilder. For me, from family, my career, my future, is like right now I can't wait, So I prefer to do things the right way, get every paperwork I need. I can have my interview here in Sao Paulo, so I don't even have to go to Argentina or to the States to have it. That's good.
Oh, good.
So I'm working a lot for my visa bar, slowly out, taking my time to make things right.
So where in America would you want to live if you could get your visa sorted?
I have a part of my heart in Texas because of what happened in Texas Pro.
Yeah.
And also in Destination Dallas with Michael.
Yes.
Gas, that is the first company from the US that gave me the opportunity to be part of the team, of the family.
Nice.
Michael, if you know him, you have to know he's awesome, man.
I've known him. I've known him about 12 years. He's a good friend of mine.
We connected so much.
Yeah.
We chat almost every day. While I was in Spain, they gave me apart from the economic support, that is good, and I appreciate it. I appreciate more the fact that he was very present, asking me how I was feeling, how was the big week going. Cool. Which he's like the CEO, the owner of the brand,
Yeah.
So we were in Texas. He made his son that did some homemade burgers, and all the athletes of the team that were there. We got together.
I wanted to be there, mate. I so wanted to be there.
Man, that kind of things is like, I like to work with humans, not only with companies,
Yeah.
That's what Michael is. He's a very, very humble, a very nice human being. So I would love to be near them, to help them, to be able to work, to be easy to get there anytime they need me, to make content, for a meeting, for anything they did, because I'm very thankful for Giles and Better Bodies for the opportunity. Yeah, I know it's not easy to sign up an athlete from Brazil, being so far away in South America with all the restrictions that means. But I have to say that if I have to choose a place, it will be Las Vegas, because when I went there to train with Clarke for 2 months, he actually took me in like part of his family, and I'm gonna be forever grateful for that, because Flex, he's not only like my biggest inspiration in sport, but also it's like a human role model,
Yeah.
He's one of a kind, man, and I'm thankful for him, because he also he knows that he also put me in the map, like getting me near him, working with him, training with him. He helped me so much with some crazy connections. He's the man to thank because of the lawyer fund that's helping me with my visa. He helped me himself a lot.
Wow, that's nice. That's cool.
And if you analyze the situation, I have nothing to give to him more than hard work or loyalty or friendship. Yeah. But since 2016, the first time we met in a Meet the Olympians, he's been like very supportive, stay in touch. It reminded me so many times to come to Boca Raton when we were the first Dragon's Lair. And when I finally got the chance to go there to Vegas, he was so crazy with me, her family, his wife Ali also. So man, I also have Kion, so it's also another great friend of mine that is training and living in Vegas. So I think I would end up living there also.
You've just mentioned 3 of the best people in the industry. You've got Patrick Tuor in your corner. You've got Flex Lewis, and you've got Michael Johansson, and also people like Raphael, and for some other, and people like Keon. I mean, those are some good people to be aligned with, mate.
I have to say, I'm lucky enough, because as I told you, I don't have much to give for these people. I mean, they are famous, and I'm not. They have more media, they have more knowledge, But they just opened up to me, and I always try to be like honest, transparent, sincere with them.
Yeah.
I just respond with hard work, doing the best I can. In any little small thing I can help, I just try to do so. And I'm thankful, man. And I think one of the things that keep them like motivated to keep on helping me is that I'm always the same guy since the very first time I met Patrick
Yeah.
in 2017, 18. The first time I met Flex in 2016, when we started chatting until we connected with Keon in Texas. I'm the same guy, and I will continue being the same guy. Patrick told me the first time we met in Vegas, he told me, "You will grow up, but you will be famous. You will be a good contender in the Mr. Olympia one day, but never stop being El Niño. That is the kid in Spanish." So I took that and I tried to keep like being myself, you know.
Yeah. Was that the year that we all went for dinner at the Olympia? Was that the
Yes,
year that you was that when you started working with Patrick?
That I started with Patrick 1 year before that.
Oh,
I
okay,
have 5
okay,
years
yeah. Because you did the Amateur Olympia,
working
didn't
with
you?
him.
Was it middleweight or?
Yes, and that was the first time we met in person.
That's right.
And it's true, you were there, man. That's crazy, you were there.
You, me, Ron, we all went with that the Orleans, wasn't it? That's right. Yeah. Well, your mum was with you. Your mum was there as well.
Yeah, it was my mom, always with me.
Yeah, that's cool.
It's my rock.
That's
yeah,
cool.
That was crazy, man.
Well,
One of the shows I enjoyed the most in my life was that.
Was it because everyone was there?
Yeah, everyone was there.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
Oh, well, you just answered my next question. I said how long. I was going to ask how long you've been working with Patrick, but you've just answered that. So, obviously, the big level up for you this year has been Texas and Spain. You took third and fourth, wasn't it?
Third and third.
Third and third. Sorry, I've just knocked him down a place. So,
no problem, man.
Mate, that's a huge level up because, I mean, yeah. How do you feel about that? Obviously, being top three in two big shows in different continents.
About that. Actually, when I had to talk about the shows, the last shows I did, the last thing I think of is the placing. I know it's crazy because for me, my second year as a pro, my second and third pro show, such big shows, such great lineups, because they were tough lineups. I mean, I'm light. In Texas, I weighed 87 kilos.
87, is that all? Wow. Because the thing is, you turned pro as a middleweight, wasn't it? Because it was in Spain when I was there with you and Rob Cannon.
As a light heavies, I turned pro. I actually competed lighter. I competed lighter in Texas than I did in that show when I was an amateur.
Yeah, but mate, your condition was another level in these two shows.
That was exactly the plan. I mean, then we came to Europe fuller with the same condition with 90 kilos on stage.
Wow.
So I still have a lot of room to grow. I mean, there's a lot of things about the placings that are crazy. I still can't believe it myself. But if I have to take something from these shows is that I have been working a lot in my mental health. I work with a therapist. I work with a coaching strategic intervention coach.
Okay.
Her name is Karina. That's helped me to be more. She uses the word ecologic with my emotions, with my anxiety, with how I go through the process of bodybuilding. And I feel like with their help, I started enjoying being a pro bodybuilder because that's what has been my dream, man, since I was 12, 13 years old. And more important about the placings and everything, I think, is to enjoy and to be happy doing what we do.
Yeah. Because
working with a guy like Patrick, with a guy like Yago, my trainer is to improve is just a matter of doing what they say, stay focused. I say keep on working, but I have tried to be happy in the process, man. And that's what happened in Texas and what happened in Europe. And I think that also my physique and my presentation on stage, the energy, I mean, everything was because of that, a result of that,
Do you know what? I had the exact same conversation with Urs Kalasinski. About the sports, the mind coach and, and kind of being able to kind of guide yourself in a positive way as you rise. Do you know what I mean? And also, so you rise.
Yes.
So sounds like
Patrick knows, man. Patrick knows more than anyone else. My mind and myself, I have been my weakness in my whole career. I always I'm a very emotional guy. So sometimes I get my emotions get over my head. I get out of pressure that I don't have to put it on myself. So I think that, as I told you, this year is I have to take something from this prep, even more than the perfect timing that I finally with Patrick got the chance to show in Europe my 100%. That was something that we couldn't do in previous shows. Is that I was happy during the whole process, man. And if I have to take a message to other young athletes like me, starting the pro league on the amateur ranks and racing, man, try to be happy during the process of bodybuilding because it is hard.
Yeah.
And it's going to be harder. When you get pro, it's not getting easier, it's getting harder. So be ready to be challenged, not only physically, but mentally, and get help. Because as you have a coach that helps you to build the physique of a champion, you also will need a coach to help you to build a mind that is ready to be a champion, because we're not born ready to be a champion, man.
So what was the most important thing you learned from all these kind of sports therapy and mind coaching?
That it's not only for me, but it's also for the people that I love. My girlfriend, my mom, my father, my brothers, Patrick itself. It's like when I started enjoying and being happy during the process of bodybuilding, during the peak weeks, during show days, I could give them, translate to them. Sorry for my English.
It's okay.
That same energy, you know. So I let them be like more calm, more security of how good I was feeling, so they get less stressed. It's like if I enjoy the process, I'm gonna make everybody around me and my closer circle enjoy it with me. You know, I don't know if I'm being clear. So it's not only for you that you have to take care of this of this mental side of the things, but also for the people that you love, that supports you, that suffer with you, that prep with you, that is around you during all the process. They're going to make them also happier and easier for them to go with you through all the process, you know?
Yeah, I mean, I've spoke to Patrick many times about, when some athletes are, causing him stress because they're not doing what he's saying or something like that. And so I suppose you want to, it's a two-way relationship, isn't it? You want to enjoy it yourself, and you don't want to give your coach a nervous breakdown at the same time.
Exactly. And I'm sorry, Patrick, because I know I've been a pain in the ass in the past, but I'm working on that.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's a silly question, but it's obviously going well with Patrick then, because you've been working with him 6 years.
Patrick is awesome, man. Patrick, I know it was like when he took me into the team, I was very young, and he was not used to take so younger athletes into the team, because you never know. You know, how is they work, how serious they are. They're going to do what you say. But I know he made a bet with me. He got me into the team, and since then I've been giving him my 100%. That he's been giving me back his 200%. He's been for me and with me he turned more like a father figure than a coach, because he helped me also to mature in a lot of other aspects of my life. He has a crazy relationship with my mom, with my brothers. He knows them. And he's always been there for me, even when the results weren't going our way, when we was still looking for the correct path for my physique, you know. Things were hard. He never stopped believing in me. So I only have words of thank you. I'm thankful for Patrick Tuor.
Yeah.
He knows me like his own hand. He knows my body. He knows, for example, that let's say something. I have a thyroid problem since I was born. Very common. I mean, a lot of people have it.
Oh, what? Sorry, say that again. I missed that. Say that again.
I have thyroid problems, no?
Oh, thyroid.
You know,
Thyroid. Right. Okay. Sorry.
But I sent a video, a check to Patrick in the morning. He looks at me and say, "Fran, go checked up because I think your thyroid went crazy."
Wow.
I go to the doctor, do blood tests, and when I get the results, I have to adjust the dosage. You know.
Yeah.
I mean, the guy knows me, man. The guy knows me. Now as he says, when my mind starts like going south,
Yeah.
I start to get a little bit crazy.
Yeah.
And he knows he's very, very tough with me. I don't know if he's as tough with his other athletes as he is with me, but I know that that's the kind of figure I need as a coach.
Oh, just lost the sound. Can't hear you, mate. There you go.
There you go. Okay.
I can hear you now. Yeah. Sorry, I just lost your sound there.
Nothing that he and he knows exactly what I need. When he needs to be tough.
Yep.
When he can like relax a little bit and give me some free lane, they'd say. So as I told him the first time when we started working together, from day one and the last day of my career, I'm gonna be Patrick Tuor for sure. It's a matter of loyalty. It's not that I'm going to lose a show tomorrow and say, that was Patrick's fault. I'm not going to work with him anymore. I mean, this is a team, and when we win together, and we lose together. It was like that from day one, and it will be to the last day,
So you've done Texas, you've done Spain. Are you shutting it down now for the rest of the year?
Yes,
yeah.
We are shutting it down. I had this week more relaxed. Like say with Patrick, you're never fully relaxed. I stepped off stage. I already had my program and my diet.
Yeah.
But he lets me get a little bit loose. My trainer didn't let me train all week. I only did 2 workouts, actually real workouts, because he thinks my body actually has to recover. I'm over anxious to go back to the gym, but I will never underestimate the power of rest anymore, because I'm feeling awesome. My weight is stable, eating a lot of food because Patrick sent me a lot of food. So I know that was what I needed. Next week I have to go to Argentina with an equipment company that is taking me and my girlfriend to promote in a show. Nice. In a Mr. Olympia matcher. His new brand, so it's something good, some work I need to do. And then from the following week on, I'm back on track, off season for 2024. My career right now, it's in a place I have no time to waste,
Yeah. So you're 27 now, yeah?
I'm 28.
28. Okay, you turned 28. Yeah, getting on a bit now. So.
And we really feel it's time to take the responsibility of saying that we know exactly what we have to work on, and that if we do that, as I think I will, because I got a very good team, very well alienated. It's okay.
Yeah, aligned.
Aligned, okay. We can say I'm going to be fighting at least for an Olympia qualification next year. We are really confident for that, so I have no time to wait, man.
Good. Okay, guys. Sorry, we just called him back because there was a bit of a delay on his the speech in my hearing and everything. So obviously, so everything's looking good for next year. You're very happy in Brazil, and so what are you doing? Have you got any sponsors or?
Yeah, actually, the only brand I'm working with is Gasp from everybody's.
Oh, Gasp, really? Okay. Wow.
Yes. I used to work with a school brand in Brazil, but I didn't like the vision of the company for the athletes. So I'm actually, as I told you, I need a company I feel I want to represent. I feel represented by the communication, by the people. I like to work with human beings, like Gaspi. So after working with Gasp and the high quality of human being that they have in the top of their company, I think it's gonna be difficult for me to find to feel so represented with a brand like that. So, but I'm not in a rush to sign up with a company. I'm not doing this for the money. I really want the opportunity to come when I get to sign with a company that I really feel I want to represent. Not only I have to, because of a contract, So yes, the only company working with is Gasp, and actually I'm happy with that. So we have no rush.
You're working with Gasp. Have they made you eat the stinky fish yet?
No.
He knows what I'm talking about. He knows what I'm talking about.
I've seen the videos,
Mate.
and I think I'm a lucky guy.
I did it.
They didn't make me do that.
I did it last year at Martin Ost's house after the Swedish show, the MP, the Gas Sweden show, and they made us do it. And I mean, Martin Fitzwater was throwing up. He was gagging
But, crazy, man. And I hate fish.
Oh yeah.
So I actually. I don't know if I want to go watch the Texas shot for that because Michael told me next time I'm not gonna escape from that.
Well, all I can say is it doesn't taste anywhere near as bad as it smells. So, but thing is, you've got to get past the smell. Once you get past the smell, it tastes okay, mate. It just tastes salty. Seriously. But the thing is, if the smell hits you, you're running. You're running away in the other direction.
I'm gonna try to not smell, man. I'm gonna do my best.
Do that.
I'm so sensitive to that kind of things. I'm gonna suffer, man. I know.
Yeah.
It's gonna be tough.
Be brave.
Be brave. Okay.
I will. Or you're out the team. Sorry, guys. Just had a bit of a disconnection thing with the Wi-Fi or whatever. So yeah, sorry. You were saying about the gym there, mate.
Yes, like. No offense to the other gyms here in Brazil, for example, the Ironberg in São Paulo, the training facility, the Dark House from Darkness and Interamerica, the gym from Max Titanium and Priotica. They are like more modern type of gym, like more the Dragon Slayer style.
Yeah.
I mean, nice. You go in there and it blows your mind.
Yeah.
But the gym we had here is like has a little bit more of history. It was the very first big gym here in Brazil. We are all like a family, I mean, we go all to dentists that work out there in the gym. We all clean our cars with a guy that clean cars that work out in the gym.
Yeah, that's cool.
The travel agent workouts in the gym. It's like we're all like a family, style, and I love that because me and my girlfriend we came here alone to start over from scratch, and they like took us in as family.
Good.
And I mean, I go to the gym if I need to do some content. I need to train in a Sunday at 4 a.m. to do cardio or anything. I have the key. I go, I get in and get out as I want, and I've been here only for 2 years,
Wow, that's awesome.
So it's like I really love the gym myself. So I'm not objective in these kind of things, but it's more what the difference you're gonna find is like it's more a gold gym type of gym. It's like more open. You got the posing room up there that is exactly the same as the one you have in Venice. So you got two types of gyms: the gold gym style, and the Dragon Slayer style, more like modern.
Yeah. This
is more the old school way. So I really love it. I always tell to my friends, I got a lot of connection, a lot of pro athletes from the United States that wants to visit Brazil. I tell them, go to São Paulo, do the seminars, make the money, do the work there, and then come for a week with me to Curitiba, my girlfriend, and we will make you enjoy. There's a lot of big parks to do cardio, to work, to walk, to relax. The gastronomy here is so good. You have a lot of variety of restaurants and stuff. You got the Mecca here, the overall gym that it's like they are so used to having pro athletes that they can. I mean, a Hunter Labrada, I think, can come here and train, and it's not gonna have the people with him all the time or in the middle of the workout. They are used to. They have Rafael Brandao training here every day.
Yeah.
So they are kind of used to having this kind of athletes here. I mean, it's more like a family style. You go to work to São Paulo, and then you come here to Curitiba to relax with us.
I'm jealous, mate. I'm jealous. Perfect. I'm jealous. It sounds amazing. Sounds amazing.
You need to come, man. You need to come.
Raphael's been saying you got to come, Giles, for about 4 years now, but I've never made it over. So I need to get my ass there, mate. To get my ass over there. So right, okay, I'm going to put you on the spot now. We've got the Olympia. I'm going to put you on the spot now, mate. You're going to have to give me a direct answer. No messing about.
Okay.
Who's going to win the Olympia, mate? Open, and then we'll go to the other divisions. Come on.
Open. I would love Derrick Clarke to win.
Yeah. Yeah.
No, I mean, I love Khadi Chopin's physique.
Yep.
I love Brandon's physique. I'm a crazy fan of Brandon also.
Yep.
Brandon Curry. But I see the Mr. Olympia. I see the Mr. Olympia as the representative of the sport in every division. And I have to say that, for example, if someone is not in the sport, I want to know, okay, let's see what bodybuilding is. Let's look up which is the number one of the world physique.
Mm-hmm.
I think that Derrick is a very good representative because of the aesthetics, because of the lines, because of the structure he has, because of the ways he communicates in social media. He seems so real. So, I mean, I would love him to be the Mr. Olympia, not only because of his physique.
Have you seen Brandon's latest update this week?
Yeah, man, it was crazy. I having like
whoa, Brandon is back in the conversation, Derrick.
Is it?
Seriously, I'll show you afterwards.
Yeah.
So you think Derrick's gonna win, but like we were just talking there about Brandon. I was really
I'm a crazy fan of Brandon Corey.
Yeah.
I don't know if he's gonna be watching this, but man, I love you. You're crazy. He has a crazy structure. He improves every year. I'm not a really fan of him, but I have to say, as a representative of the sport, I really would love Derrick Lansford, not only because of his physique, but also the way he communicates, the message he always gives through social media, through YouTube. I would really love him to be Mr. Olympia.
What about the 212? Silly question.
212 is a bit tough for me. Why? Because I love Keon. Keon is my brother.
Yep.
I mean, one of the reasons I want to move to Texas is to actually be his training partner. We've been talking about this so much.
Nice.
And as we go again with the same thing, if I want as a 212 pro bodybuilder myself, if I want someone that is out of the sport looking into, okay, let's see what is about this category, this division, and go and look at Mr. Olympia. I think that Keon's physique has a lot of things, a lot of flow,
yep,
and an aesthetic look that is going to be like better as a representative. But I also been training before my show in Spain with Angel Calderon.
Oh, monster!
And I think that I'm not only a monster because I've seen him pose the last few weeks. Man, he's looking his very, very best.
Yeah,
he's gonna be very, very tough to beat. But also he's so humble and so crazy good human being. He helped me so much when I was in Spain.
Nice.
Knowing also that Keon has so many more years to go, I will with my heart give this to Angel, because I know also that because of his weight and everything, this can be one of his last years in 212.
Yeah,
that's what I think. So for this year, I will say Angel Calderon.
Wow.
But if I have to choose a physique to represent my division as a pro athlete around the world, it will be Keon's, because I think there's no structure and there's no physique as the one he has in the division, man. He's crazy.
Yeah.
In person, he's a superhero, man.
Yeah.
Crazy.
In 2020, I took Brandon to Spain, and he trained legs with Angel.
Yes.
They trained legs together, and also Veronica trained legs with them as well.
Nice.
Gallego.
Nice.
And she was on the upside, the upside down leg press. She was using the same weight as Brandon.
Nah, she's crazy.
Brandon was like, Brandon goes, do you want me to,
what the fuck?
Because obviously Brandon doesn't speak Spanish. He went, went to the plates, the 20 kilo plates, and he went, you want to take me one? How many? And she went, no. And she did it. And she banged out like 12 reps with this weight. And Brandon looked at me and he went, holy shit. So cool.
It's crazy, man. And they're in Spain, in Valencia. Angel has like set up a private gym with this equipment brand he worked with.
Nice.
So it's like he has the perfect environment, man. He's working like crazy. So I really have a lot of confidence that he's going to show us this year something completely different than last year. It's going to be tough for Sean. That we can't stop talking about Sean because he's crazy also.
Yep.
But I really wish, with all the respect in my life for Sean, that is our Mr. Olympia, and for me, he's also a very, very good athlete. But I think this time, Angel is gonna make some noise.
Wow! So Sean, Angle, Cal, and Keon, probably the top three this year.
Yeah, man. Let's again. Keon is my family. So I know he's going to be Mr. Olympia. I wish him to be my Mr. Olympia and as representative of my own division,
Yeah.
as a pro bodybuilder. So this year, I think Angel's gonna be so very hard to beat. But if Patrick, I know the work is that Keon also is doing with Patrick. I get updates from him almost every day.
Me too.
And
Me too,
oh man,
Incredible.
it's like he's a fucking superhero, bro.
Yeah, he is.
He's a fucking superhero. He's relaxed backstage, and he has a structure they have never seen before.
Do you want to see? I mean, when he was like 5-6 weeks out, he did that guest posing, and I was just like, wow! Like I was just like, holy shit, it's incredible. So I think he's moving up this year, though. I think Keon's really made some big improvements in the last year.
He's like very committed with his work with Patrick. I think he has found the coach he was needing.
Yeah.
Because Patrick knows when to be hard, knows when to be supportive, knows when to when is the right moment to push things. Keon, with all the conversation I have with him, he's really like starting to like and respect Patrick, not only because of the result they have, but also because of the support and on the time Patrick is actually given for him, you know.
Yeah.
So it's like a very good synergy that I feel between them. Very, very close to what I had with Pat. So, man, with Patrick, he's 100%, and Keon, he's 100%. It's gonna be something special.
Good team up. Right, before I let you go, mate, is there anyone you'd like to thank quickly?
Okay, I want to thank to Patrick Tuor.
Yep.
I want to thank to Iago Baggio, that's my trainer here in Brazil.
Yep.
He still has not the media, but he will because he's so fucking good and I love him. And I want to say thanks to Michael from Gas and Better Bodies because Michael has given me this crazy opportunity as a company from the United States to invest, to vet on a young athlete from Argentina living in Brazil with all the limitations we have being in South America. So I know it's not easy as a company, you know, to be doing what he's doing with me. So from the bottom of my heart, Michael, you're fucking awesome. Thank you so much.
Cool.
And man, I thank you for the opportunity of having this conversation. It's the first time I do an interview in the internet like this.
Is it?
Yes, very first
wow.
time. I actually, in Spain, I record my first podcast with a friend.
Yeah.
I know I'm doing my first interview with you.
Wow.
So this is all new for me. I hope I did good.
Hang on.
I hope I didn't, because Patrick always tells me that I speak too much.
No, we want that. And do you know what? Do you know who also I found out actually this year who did their first ever interview with us at Global Muscle? Samson.
Nice.
He said, guys, do you realize? He said, my first ever media interview was with you guys. I went, oh, I didn't know that. I was like, wow. I was like really shocked. And also Urs Kalasinski. His first ever interview. And he said, Giles, that's why I'll never say no to you. He says, because you were there right at the start. So when you win the Olympia, mate, don't turn me down.
No,
don't be a superstar and turn me down.
You were there in my very first show. In my first interview, and you will be my first interview post Mr. Olympia.
There you go.
I'm gonna give you the first interview when I qualify to my first Mr. Olympia, so not to go too far away.
Also, I've got all the clips on my phone. I'll WhatsApp them to you from when you turn pro.
What again, please?
When in Spain, when you turn pro, I've got all the. I was filming it on my phone. Yeah. I've got all the clips. I can send them to you.
Please, man, please.
Yeah.
That's a good thing to remember.
You can see how much bigger you are now.
That was a good show, also, man.
Yeah, it was great.
Emilio has a very good shows going there in Spain.
Incredible.
I love them.
Incredible. Derrick, any final word?
Yeah, final word. Just quick question.
Come to the mic.
So, what have we got to look forward to now? How are you gonna what you gonna bring to the table now in terms of your physique?
Physique wise,
yes, yeah. The next time you compete, how you gonna what you working on? What different? What you gonna make?
I think that the two poses that I have to work the most are the two ones from the front, the double biceps and the front lateral, because I'm still lacking size. You know, I still have 6 kilos to put on to fulfill the division. So I need more arms. I need a fuller chest. And I've been like for 10 years working to my upper body to get to the same level of my legs, and now it's the other way around.
Yeah.
Now I need to get back to work with my legs to give them more volume to fulfill that two poses. And also, I'm sorry, Patrick, because I know I didn't get the front lat spread fine as he wants it. It's like I get off stage from Texas from pre-judging after doing my best presentation to date, and his only answer, "Man, what do you think, brother? You still don't do you still can't do the front lat spread." And I was like, "Oh man, I'm sorry, but tell me one good thing, please."
Did you?
Okay, condition was good. Okay, thank you.
Uh-huh. Did you hear what he went crazy at Laszlo when Laszlo won his show? And he's like, "Why the fuck are you not tensing your legs when you're doing your poses?" He said, "I wanted to shoot him."
Patrick says, "I still never did the front lat spread right, and that I make my hamstring disappear when I pose from the back."
Okay.
So those are the another two things that I have to focus on. But speaking seriously again, I need the bigger arms, I need a fuller chest, and I need wider quads.
Okay.
For next year. So I think what happened the difference for this year, and then I can start talking. I know now with my new trainer, that is Iago, me and Patrick like finally found always Patrick have been telling me that my physique has very specific needs when training. So we never like found the right guy to help me and to guide me. Patrick wasn't always happy with how I was training in the gym, and now with this guy Iago, we actually found like the perfect alignment between what Patrick wants and how Iago works. Iago is as Patrick is a very theoretical guy. He studies a lot, so he's putting a lot of his knowledge in practice with me with very good results. He allows his work a lot to what Patrick wants us to do. So really, we think with Patrick that this year we have more clear than any other prep about what we need and what is like the way to get to that. So we're really confident that it's going to be the best, can be the best prep yet. We just have to get to work, man. And we are, if not next week, because of my trip to Argentina, I told you that I have to do.
Yep.
But the other one, we are already working for 2024. No stop,
Nice. Well, nice. I think that's a good place to end.
Brilliant.
Good place to end.
Yep.
Francisco, I want to thank you so much for coming MD Globe Muscle, mate. And like I said, it sounds like everything's going really well for you. It sounds like everything's heading in the right direction. So just keep doing what you're doing, mate. What you've been doing for the last 4 or 5 years, because you've just been steadily progressing. And that's the name of the game, mate.
Just listen to what Patrick Tuor has to say.
Yep.
Suck it in, do the work, and the result will come.
There you go.
Brilliant.
It's something I've been doing for the last 5 years, and I will continue to do until the last day, man.
Good man.
Nice.
Thank you for the opportunity to be here in the channel for this interview. I promise for the next one, it's going to be even better.
Yeah, it will be. It will be.
Brilliant.
Nice
Brilliant.
one.
All right, then, Francisco. Well, all the best, mate. And like I said, enjoy Brazil and train hard. And we'll see. I'll speak to you very soon, mate.
Thank you, brother. Thank you so much.
Take care.
Hello, Giles. How you doing? Thanks for having me on again.
I've just been complimenting you on your beautiful podcast backdrop, and I mean, it looks so professional, mate. Thank you very much for this.
No, thanks. Last time you caught me in a Chicago hotel room, and so now I'm at the home base, and you actually get my true podcast setup. So,
it's nice. It makes a difference. It does make a difference when you got good sound and good mics and everything,
Oh yeah, get the lights set up and the whole shebang. So.
Nice. Well, firstly, how was San Antonio yesterday, mate? What was it like?
Oh, it's all good. It's been extremely hot here, which is fine. I'm a native to San Antonio, so I'm used to this heat. But I do a lot of outdoor walking for my cardio, so it's like it has to be super early in the morning or late at night. But can't complain. Everything's going great this stretch from Atlanta to now Legion. So going well.
It's I sent you the screenshot because I took I sent the video to the MD group chat, and I said, guys, I normally when someone like say Derrick Lunsford or Hadi, they go from 212 up to open, but they train for open. Then you see a big difference. But you're a guy that is actually qualified for the Olympia this year as a 212 and is kind of cruising into the Olympia as a 212, but you're ready at what, 225 or something at the moment? 229 I saw?
Yeah, that's right. I'm 220, 222, 223 in the morning. Yeah. Then when I have, I sent you some video, right? That's about 226 post-training.
Yeah. I mean, that shows that, because I saw the video of you doing some back poses at 5 weeks out. I think you're 229 in that one. I'm sure that's right. And yeah. I was looking, we were zooming right in because we put it up in Hot News. We filmed it yesterday. And Derrick and myself said he's ready. He looks ready there. So that's someone who has to then lose 15 to 17 pounds or whatever by the time, give or take. That's what you have to take off to get down to 212. So that means we've not seen the best John DeWitt on stage yet, but we will at Legion. Is that the case?
That absolutely is the case, and I am so excited to finally feel like, every time you bring a better version of yourself or see improvements, that's what you want in bodybuilding, right? And to know that I've never brought that and to see it all happening in the gym right now, it has me on just fire for bodybuilding and on fire to do the open, to where, gosh, well, I guess we'll get there with that, maybe those questions that come after, but it absolutely would be my best because I've never seen my front shots gain so much fullness and roundness off that extra weight.
Yeah.
I would say still some limiting areas, like where there's just more tissue probably needed, would be my back just in general. But I don't know how much more it would really take to be, a very complete open bodybuilder. But at this point, after Atlanta, I just said, I'm going to prep for Legion, full on, like that's the only show in my mind. And my body weight just creeped up, condition stayed, and I actually started getting deep lines in my glutes because my glutes are now filled out and pushing against the skin, so you see more detail. And so now I'm sitting here at this body weight where I'm like, man, 212 would be quite a sacrifice in the look to get down.
So where would you normally be body weight wise if you were prepping purely for the Olympia as you are now? If you were purely going to put Legion aside, if you were prepping for the Olympia, what would you kind of be at now normally?
Yeah, I would have to be pretty close to that high teen area.
Wow.
Usually I have to be 217, 218. Then about 7 to 10 days out is where I really have to start pulling all the tricks to get body weight to pull down, really start depleting down to where usually 1 to 2 days out before that weigh-in time is I'll be 213, 214. We do all the food pulls and stuff, and I don't go extreme with water. I think or diuretics. I think that's a disaster to come back from. But I do as much needed, so we're right on a weigh-in day. I'll hit it right on the mark for 212 weigh-ins.
Wow.
So it's and you don't come back quite the same from that. Like in Atlanta, I came back, I was 214, 215 on stage. But once you pull it down that low, there's no way to fill. People are like, why don't you just fill back out to 223? It's you can't put that much back in without turning into a watery mess. But yeah, there's I have to really keep chasing the scale weight down to get down there.
See, I remember speaking to Flex Lewis, and he told me, he said, look, because he obviously won the first 212 in 2012. He said, from 2014, it was a huge stress to try and get down to 212. It had to be planned out weeks, even months in advance, and I had to really watch he said it was almost become obsessed about my weight because it was so hard to get down. When did you start struggling to make 212? At what point?
I've never had to be a huge struggle to get down. In 2019, going into that Olympia, because I think that was one of my best Olympias. Yep. I was sitting around in the morning, 214, 215. So it wasn't much to get down to that. I've always kind of been close on the cusp, but I think years, even when I struggled to, you have to limit food a little bit today. I don't think I was in as much condition as I really need to be. It's this past year where I actually had an off season. Giles, I haven't had a real off season since 2017.
Really?
I've been pretty much in like prep phases or not really having an off season because of my weight.
Yeah.
So when I took off this past year, I think I gained back a lot of the size that I kind of lost throughout all these years dieting, because I was down to like 203 in 2021 on stage.
I remember you said you dropped it down. You dropped down, didn't you? But then you placed lower.
Yeah. I was super conditioned, but lost a lot of size.
What was it, 4th to 13th or 15th or something? Was it 4th to 13th?
Yeah. Well, in 2020, I had a 13th.
That's
then
right.
21, I had a 9th.
Yeah.
And so anyway, I took that year off. I think I gained size back and then some, to where now this year it's like, oh wow, this is I couldn't go any higher without really just it wouldn't even make sense to make weight. So. But now post show after Atlanta, putting food in and just training and getting like really focusing on training progression, I just now this is where I'm at. So it's like now it's 212 is almost like would be the impossible task to get down to.
So I mean, after Atlanta, you qualified for the 212 Olympia. It's like, yes, I've qualified. It's what every single pro wants to do really when they're going for a pro show or to place well. You got it. At what point did you say, I don't think I can make it down to 212 again. I want to go open?
Open has been in my mind, I think, since I turned pro. I remember Jansen was coaching me at the time for USA's. He's like, just do a 212 show. Let's just see where you're at.
Yeah.
8 weeks after I turned pro, I did Phoenix. And I was like, all right, I got 5th there. I want to go open. Like, and then it was just kind of a mess. I got really sick. That was my off season I had in 17. And I went to Dominican Republic. I got very sick. I lost 20 pounds of body weight.
Oh, wow.
I was like 240. I'm like, well, let's just do 212. And since then, I've been doing 212. So I just never took that big off-season jump to do it. So it's always been in my mind to do an open show, just see that best version of myself and have the question mark around of what I could really do. And you see all these other guys doing it as well. So I'm like, man, and I think that seeing them do it and also how the judging criteria has seemed to favor just the best bodybuilder for the day, whether you're 6'2" or you're 5'2", doesn't really matter. I think years ago, maybe that did, but it's just been encouraging where like at this point, I've done 3 Olympias. Like, I don't care what anyone else really thinks or about a status. Like, this is all about me and my self-improvement. And to do that, I want to see the best version on stage. So that is, I think, would be the open in my opinion.
I didn't realize you'd been not just struggling, but doing as much as you could to make sure you stayed in 212, like not having a proper off season. I didn't realize it been going on for that long. I thought you were just a 212. And then when I saw that, the video I actually sent you just with the front posing, I was like, guys, this is a completely different. I said to you, this is a completely different version of John. I think this guy is meant to go open.
Yeah, seeing that now, it's kind of like, man, I should have done this a long time ago. But
you're ready.
It is what it is.
Yeah.
And it also is exciting because I haven't pushed that off season, and I'm healthy. My body's fresh. I don't have any major injuries. I'm 37, so I think I still have some years left to see it out, to see what that potential really could be.
Yeah. And I think now you've got guys like Derrick, Hadi, and even guys like William Bonac that have proved that, like you said before, the lighter guys, the shorter guys or whatever, didn't seem to get as good a look in. It was very rare, unless like Sean Rayleigh, Labrada. That's why they brought the 202 and the 212 in. But now there's guys, like Derrick and Hadi, the 1 and 2, that are proving that, and also I think I spoke to Kamal and he said, look, I don't want to do 212 anymore. He says, because it's a struggle for me. He says, and I want to bring, like you said, you want to bring your best physique to the stage. And when I saw that video, I'm like, yeah, we've not seen the best version of John, because the only way we'll see that is as an open.
Yeah, agreed. And so like doing Legion, it was in my mind an easy way to jump in and I'll be stage ready and not have to do a 212 Olympia and then wonder all the time in the off season again of like, should I do the open? Should I not do the open? So it gives me a great gauge of where I stand. and also amongst a good lineup. Like the show's really turning out to have some great guys showing up. So it's not going to be a show where you go like, oh man, there's only 5 guys here. What does that really mean? It's like, no, there's going to be some Olympia level open guys there to really get a good grasp on where I am and what gaps need to be filled. And also what direction does that lead me moving forward? Is that the open, or is 212 where I should stay? So, Tyler's judging the show, so it'll be good to get in front of him and see, so he can see the difference in the 212 versus the open, John.
Yeah, I think you're actually going to see how good you are as well, because if you've been holding yourself back, because like I said, I saw that and I was like, hang on, he's in condition and he looks like 15 pounds heavier, and it really looked like 15 pounds, like it looked drastically different. Like if you compare like 212 Derrick Lunsford winning to like the Olympia Open, it's like it's 2 completely different bodybuilders. Do you know what I mean? Which means that like yourself, I think you're destined. The thing is, you know what you're doing with prepping as well. So it's not like you're going to come in like a smooth 212, it'd be 225. You're going to be rock hard and you're going to be full. So you're probably going to look even harder, mate.
I've seen guys do that in 212 where they hit the open show and they just come softer. Yeah. It's like, and you go away and like, there's some guys coming to this show that are like 260 plus on stage. So, I mean, 5 extra pounds of stage weight, if it's softer, that's not your card to play. There's going to be some bigger guy than you, like still come in crazy condition as a 212 guy. Like that's your like winning card to play. So don't sacrifice on that. I know we talked last time about Sean when he did Legion. His body weight,
he dropped 4 pounds. Yeah, 4 pounds.
And it was better. It was better for him. It was harder, and So still bring the condition. Let the stage weight falls where it falls. And with a big thing with being now in the open is that the ability to peak and have like windows to eat and then bring it back down if you need to, if you spilled over a little bit. In 212, you don't have that. You have a little like 18 hours to eat after you weigh in, and that's it. So it gives you a little bit more flexibility in peaking too. But I just know for me, like I bring condition, I have good balance, completeness, like play on those cards. And I'm not going to try to chase like an extra 2 pounds of stage weight for what, when it might be a large percentage worse on stage.
Yeah, I think Sean that 2021 Legion, I think he really paved the way, didn't he? I think he showed that there's a good chance for, and it shows kind of like you said it. I believe, because I think the judging's got better in the last few years. I think I'll say it now. I think since the split, I think the judging is more fair now. I feel like Hadi was the right guy to win the Olympia last year. He was the right man on the day. It wasn't sort of, they didn't go for someone else, that maybe didn't deserve it. I feel like, it's being judged as you are on the day. So I think, I think it's going to be good, mate. I think it's going to be good. And it's going to be a good show as well, that Legion, because it's the last American qualifier.
Yeah, that's the last one. So it should be a big show and with good quality guys. Should be really exciting. And don't forget Tonio. The last 2 years
Tonio,
have been 212 guys that have won Legion.
Yeah, I didn't really. Yeah,
so we're just trying to keep that going, keep that mojo going. Right?
So, okay, best case scenario, you win the Legion, you're going to the Olympia's Open.
Oh yeah, absolutely would.
Okay, worst case scenario, you don't win. What are you going to do then?
If it depends how close I am in the mix.
Okay.
If it's like, if I'm just way off, right? Like John, you're way too small. You need like 20 pounds of stage weight. Your third call out, that would probably tempt me to suck down to 212 at the Olympia.
Okay.
Now, if I'm in that mix, like, hey, you're in that first call out, you really are at a good shot.
You will.
I would be more tempted to skip the 212 Olympia and maybe do Romania the next week.
Nice.
Take another swing, and then also be qualified early for the next year. That still gives me that opportunity to have that long off season that I would take. But this absolutely would be the last year I would do a 212 Olympia. So it does bring some like questions in my mind of, should I do it or should I not? But it's really hard. Like if I did Legion, saw the best version of myself, to then go step on the 212 stage and see a lesser version of that. Then also the judges just a few weeks ago, like, man, John looked way better. Like when we just saw him, he got significantly worse. And I think they weigh it out, of course, like what's right in front of him for the day. But just on a personal note, what I want for myself is always getting better every time I step on stage. And whether it's the Olympia or a pro show in Romania, it doesn't matter at this point to me. Like I'm okay missing out on Olympia to see that version of myself and have that delayed gratification. And I know a lot of guys in these pro ranks, they want to compete every year because you have that fear of kind of missing out and not being in the spotlight.
Yeah.
But just have to see the long-term vision for yourself and put aside those immediate gratifications that you try to get and see out that long-term vision for yourself. So yeah, that would be the options right now that I'm weighing out, but one show at a time, bring my best allegiance, see where I stand, and then I'll make those calls.
I think you're going to shock yourself with how you do. I think you're going to do really well because, like I said, I was shocked when I saw that video, when I saw you at, like, what was it, 225 or something. I thought, my God, he doesn't look like a 10 pound soft 212. He looks like this is how he should be, because thing is, it's very strategic, isn't it, with being, if you're on the cusp of 212 and open, it's like, do I suck it like Kamal did, and like when Kamal went with the Masters Olympia, I said, Kamal, don't do 212, do the open, you'll win it.
Yeah.
And he was like, okay, because I could suck it down. I was like, yeah, but no, it's a bit, you're capable of winning that because your physique as we saw in Tampa, your physique looks better as an open. So there's quite a lot of pros, that are 212s that are on the cusp that are kind of, it's like, do I suck it down and try and do maybe potentially better in this one, or do I want to bring my best version of myself and see how I do? It's like a little fish in a bigger pond, isn't it? Really,
Yeah. I mean, at least take the swing at it. Like,
yeah.
You got to at least try it once, and that was always my thing. Like, I will do an open show, and this one unfolded, so I'm excited. I believe myself. Like, I truly believe like I can win the show.
Yeah.
And I realize that I'm not gonna be in the big favor. Like, I might be the dark horse because I haven't proved myself in the open stage yet. And there's some really good open guys that have been at the Olympia before. So the question still lays like, how am I going to fare muscularity wise against guys that could have more muscle than me? So I have to get in front of them, but I also believe that I do bring a lot of things that could be in that mix, and I believe that I could win.
Yeah,
I truly do. So that's an exciting place to be. I'm
really glad that you've done this, actually, because it's like, I'm as like a Flex Lewis fan, I'm thinking we never got to see the best version. We never got to see that 220. Who got to see him? His training partners and Neil Hill in the gym at 4 weeks out when the gym shut. No, we never got to see him guest pose looking 225 freaky full, and we got to see this kind of it's a gamble, trying to go for that many wins and big wins and stuff. So I really applaud you for doing that, because I think that's a real bold move, and the thing is, when it pays off, it really pays off.
It does. And I get the pressure, if you're like a really good 212 athlete and then you go in the open and it's, you don't fare as well like some of the 212 guys have. It can be maybe a big hit on you. But again, you have to remember, like, people usually always remember like your most impactful look that had on them, right? Like, if you came on stage, you're like, whoa, I saw Hottie come out of Vancouver, right? And he's like, it was incredible. You might not even remember like how he placed, or like, if even the best version of Hottie, you just remember how that made you feel, right? So even if I didn't win the show, but seeing the best John, I was like, wow, he really brought out Legion. Like, that could be impactful. So, I'd say don't hold back, and put your pressure on what other people are going to think about you, because that's going to fade and go away. People, forget the next day what happened, in media and culture wise. So I wouldn't want to leave that question or regret later down the road. Like, man, I wonder what open would have been like.
You don't want to look back and think, oh, maybe I coulda, woulda, shoulda. Do you know what I mean? Because when it's done, it's done. So, I mean, as prepping as an open, I spoke to guys like, and also females that have gone to female bodybuilding, and they say, it's much more fun prepping as a bodybuilder rather than as a women's physique, because you gotta rein this in and measure that, and but now as an open or as a female bodybuilder, they can just they can fully embrace, because bodybuilders love to train, and you don't want to ever hold back and think, I can't eat too much, or in the off season I've got to really, So is it what's the word I'm looking for? It's not easier, but is it more pleasurable as an athlete prepping for something, knowing you don't have to get down to a certain number?
I mean, like many of us, I got in this not to be, have this impressive look, but I got into training. I love training. I powerlifted for 8 years. So I was all about chasing the gym, the strength, right? So prepping around 212, off season is 212. you get to a point where like, well, I can't push this up and I can't get stronger in the gym because I might outgrow my class. Like that's not fun anymore. So it's thrilling to know, like, to get in the off season and see that training progression happens. Like the day to day is where you're going to have that enjoyability, and that leads to sustainability in bodybuilding. So it is a lot more fun from the training aspect. Also, you get to eat more food.
That's
exactly. Not a bad thing. Yeah. And that's why I've seen so much progress from Atlanta to now, because I just pushed food up like I wasn't able to before. And in turn from that, training got better. It's like if you're in prep and your training's improving, you very well could add tissue on going into your next show. For 212, I could have never have done that too. So it just is a lot funner. It's a lot more fun, and you're not so focused on the scale either. You have to prep off just visuals. But that can kind of be a tough one from coming from 212 because you were so scale focused. So, I'll wake up in the morning, I'll be like, 224, be like, oh man, Renee, come here. Like, she'll look at my back shots like, I'm still conditioned, right? Like, yeah, of course. You're like peeled out like I've ever seen you. So you can't let the scale get in your head because it could lead you like 212 is focusing on a prep that has to be very scale based, like Flex Lewis was and stuff. So you have to just almost let that be one tracking tool, right? But it's always in the mirror and what's in front of you that you have to coach off of. It's
going to be such a relief. Like if you decide to go open and stay open, I mean, you can literally chuck those scales out because you're not going to be restricted anymore, And I think that's like I said, why, if you can just take that pressure away and also bring a better physique to the stage, then why not?
Absolutely. Yeah. That's my plan. After seeing this and like what it looks like, again, like I said, I wouldn't do 212 again. It'd be this 212 Olympia. That's still a possibility, but it's a much lower possibility for me. So I might have already done my last 212 show, which was Atlanta.
And you won. And also,
I can leave on that.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, go out the champion. And the thing is, you're such an analytical, methodical. I mean, anyone who follows your social media can see you're very, you're like a nerd of bodybuilding. You're very, very into the training and the science of training. I think that's, that's one of the reasons you're so popular. It's because you know your shit. So I think, with that, I think even if you do keep getting bigger and bigger, you're not one of these guys that will just blow your lines. Like some guys, you see them, when before the 202 was around, you'd see guys who turn pro as middleweights or light heavyweights, and they'd think they have to put on 30 pounds, and they get on the stage, and you don't even recognize them. And you think, what the hell happened to him? I think you're just going to get better and better as an open, because I think you've got that kind of approach to bodybuilding.
Yeah, I think guys don't have the realization of what's realistic stage weight wise. Like 5 pounds of stage weight is a huge jump. Can make a big difference in a physique.
It is.
You don't need 20 pounds of stage weight in a year.
Yep.
Also, I think the PED side, guys lean too much into that, and they just don't come in conditioned enough, and they is part of it. So you see a lot of those lines fade. And so at least where I'm at, I know there's not a lot that would need to happen. And I've learned so much throughout the years too, to be able to implement that myself. And a lot of this, Giles, was just also what I think my legacy would be in bodybuilding would be that educator and teaching others how to do this more efficiently. And I always knew like being 212 might hold me back from being like, oh, well, you never coached at this highest level of being open. So to put myself into that position of being also a good open bodybuilder and sharing with others like this, what can be done, I think it'll just add to what I can leave legacy-wise as an educator in the sport. And that is what I hope to impact others with.
I think on some of those guys that did kind of, in inverted commas, spoil their physiques, I think insulin was, because it obviously adds body weight, it fills everything out, it makes you heavier, and I think then they look at the scale and think, oh yeah, now I can compete with the big boys. But I've seen it ruin many a physique.
Yeah, I think it blurs the assessment. Like you go like 20 pounds of water in the off season.
Yeah, oh, the scale's going up. This is great. And also coaches, because they want to say, my guy's put 30 pounds on. Look at him. They'll put him on high doses of insulin, and of course, then the next thing you know, they come down and they've got these big thick waists, and it's like, who is that? Is that the guy that turned pro who's absolutely shredded and in a really nice shape? And they kind of ruin that, So I think that's one of the biggest culprits. I think that's one of the, when I see guys thinking and feeling insecure that they have to be so much heavier to compete in the open.
I agree. I think combined with growth hormone and pushing food really high. You just walk around all off season with a distended gut. Like to pull that all back in, like that stuff will stretch over time to where it makes it really tough too. And all that stuff will generate with getting too fat, too much growth hormone, insulin, visceral fat gain. Because you see guys, right, where the abs are shredded, but you have a belly. Well, why is that? Like organs are big, fat gain around the organs is a lot, high visceral fat. So take it slow. It takes years to build a great physique, right?
Yeah.
Not 1 year. So if you try to rush the process, you can blow your midsection out and not have those lines come in sharp anymore.
I've never seen you actually big, full, fat off season. I've never. Oh, you're always lean. You're always staying in good condition all year round. It shows that you've got a really sensible approach. You know, very kind of, good approach to bodybuilding, I guess.
I've messed it up, Giles. Before, don't worry.
Just didn't post the photos.
I'll have to post those photos just to share because I gotta share. Like I've messed up. I absolutely have messed up. I've gotten too fat. I haven't been stage lean before, so I've made those mistakes and made corrections to where I'm at this point now where I can coach myself and have the more objective calls to make and make less mistakes.
Good. Well, I'm excited for Legion, mate, because I think just the fact that you're kind of switching and jumping into that show and it being the last show, and we got some. I think it's going to be a really, really good show because I love Chris Minner's shows. Anyways, I think he's one of the best promoters on the planet.
Oh, I tell you, like when I first was looking at Legion and saw what he did, he's like, hey, enter your contract early. Class. He's like, we'll put up like banners about you. You get jackets. They're like going to promote the athletes. So like that's phenomenal. Like to build the storyline going into a show of all the athletes that are coming to compete, that gets fans excited and it builds more viewership, more mainstream people want to look at the sport. So I was like, this guy's doing an excellent job. And that's how I want to pick my shows now is off the promoters that are putting shows together like that. Into Linda Murray for Atlanta.
Yeah.
A competitor that puts on a show, she put her heart into that show. You get like great footage, great stage picks. That's the stuff you want as a competitor. So Chris Mines, it seems like he's doing a great job. So that was a big motivator to pick that show too.
Cool. All right, John. Well, so you're feeling good at 2-3 weeks out because your energy seems good. You seem.
Oh, I'm lively, man. I'm sharp. I have food. I'm not sucking down to 212. Like I'm ready to go. We could be this weekend. I could get on stage.
Not prepping on a lettuce leaf every 4 hours. Do you know what I mean? Little tiny bit of chicken. Because I've heard some really drastic stories of 212s. That, this crazy stories of what they've had to do, not just to make weight, but get down and really squeeze it down. And because if you're shredded and then you've got to lose kind of 10 pound of muscle mass. Like, I don't think that's even healthy.
Yeah, it gets to a point where you really shouldn't even go there.
Yeah.
It's just too much depletion happen. Yeah. And we've seen guys, I just ran into a classic physique guy that was like, man, I was like just 10 pounds above. He was 10 pounds above. He's like, my coach just wouldn't even do it because he thought it was too risky to even do. So
good.
Guys that just like, you know what, I just got to move up. So
yeah. Well, like I said, health is such an important part of bodybuilding, so and I think it's more prevalent and people are more aware of it now. I think because obviously because all these new categories are coming in like classic and and all these things with weight restrictions. I think it's important that guys like yourself, that pros like yourself, are doing the right thing for yourself as well. Really. Yeah,
I agree.
Cool. All right, John. Right, I'm gonna eat and I'm gonna go to the gym, mate. You're gonna go do some back. I'm gonna do some shoulders.
Right.
I'm gonna do some shoulders and traps. So let's get massive. All
right, Giles.
John, thank you so much for coming to Global Muscle, mate, and all the best for Legion, mate. I'll be rooting for you.
Thank you. Bye-bye.
Take care, mate. Bye-bye. Okay, guys, welcome to MD Global Muscle Season 5, Episode 48 of MD Global Muscle Hot News. And of course, we are joined by, on camera this time,
live in hot seat, keeping it real, Big D.
Looking very big, Derrick. Get
back into the training again.
Yeah, good. How's it going?
Training's going quite well at the moment. Yeah, I'm back at Fanatics Gym in Halifax.
Nice.
My old stomping ground.
Yeah.
Good to see all the old guys, faces and things like that. Yeah, it's been good. Yeah, I can't complain at the moment, so we'll just see how it goes from now on.
Well, I'm fully back training. I've had my first week back, and it was absolutely horrible as I expected, but it's a starting point. In fact, that's why I was moving very slowly when you came here.
Yeah.
Because I'd literally just come from the gym and done legs.
Oh, legs.
And I'm glad the gym was quiet because I didn't see the kind of weights up. But I did it. I got through it because at the end of the day, we've all been there when we start back, and it's horrible, isn't it? It's horrible. Because you just think, oh my God, this is my max. I was warming up. This is my maximum weight, and I would normally warm up with this. And,
Exactly.
And it hurts and everything. And then you just, but I think it takes about 3 weeks.
3 weeks. That's what I always say.
3 weeks.
3 weeks before I get back up and start pushing some decent weights. Anyway. Yeah. Not the max, but yeah.
So at the moment, you'd say you're a bit of a lightweight baby.
I'm a lightweight baby at the moment. Yeah. At the moment.
So you say you'd probably go as far to say it ain't nothing right now.
Well, I was just using the machine.
But a peanut.
I was just using the machine. I wasn't putting any weights on. Really, I think the most I went up to when I did my legs on Friday was I put a 10 kilo on. That was it. Right, but the movement. It's the movement, and you know what I mean. And going deep and everything, and keeping everything strict and things.
Start as you mean to go on, and then build up.
That's it. That's exactly how I do it.
Yeah. Like I was thinking, first day, but should I do squats? I've got to do squats. I can't even have a proper. I don't even consider it a proper leg workout if I don't squat. You know.
Yeah.
I just think I feel like I've cheated myself.
Yeah.
And I think if I'm starting back, you got to start as you mean to go on.
You have.
And then it's about pushing the intensity, the volume, the weight, the poundages, the effort, and then
everything else follows.
Yeah, exactly. Hey, Derrick, there was a lot of fallout over the old Regan versus Nathan. My God! I tell you what, there's been wars, online wars.
You're joking.
Yeah, all the fans and Nathan going, and Regan's not really said much. He's obviously got his win. I don't think he's doing France. I think he's going back. I've got a feeling. I've heard that he's just going back to America, Vegas to prep for the Olympia because he's got his qualification now.
Yeah.
He doesn't really. What has he got to benefit by staying in Europe?
Nothing.
Another week because we're only 7 weeks out from the Olympia.
Yeah.
So I mean that's smart. But I do believe that Nathan is still doing France.
All right. Okay.
And then hopefully we will see him at the Olympia, and then we'll see Regan versus Nathan again. So it's been quite an interesting week actually, because obviously there's a lot of. I mean, Regan's got a huge fan base. Nathan's got a very big fan base, but it's very dedicated, and a lot of them are his friends, and they've known him for years.
Yeah.
So they're very they've really been going at it, man. It got quite heated actually. I got a bit of shit as well on the power hour because I don't care. Doesn't bother me. You expect it.
And we're just keeping it real.
Yeah.
We're just keeping it real, and we just we just observed it and give our opinion on what we saw. I mean,
someone even said, when was this live stream commentary thing done? When Derrick and Giles have done, and I went under and I said, we did it live. We didn't do it having watched it and going back.
No, we did it live
because anyone could
exactly.
We could go back.
That's right.
We could replay it and go
follow the crowd.
Oh, I think Regan's got this, knowing that Regan got it.
Yeah.
We literally
didn't know. We didn't know.
We were watching it live.
That's right.
So we were giving our opinion. That's the best way. Otherwise, it's not. It's not authentic.
It's not. It's not because at the end of the day, we know what the score. We know who would win and thing like that, and we didn't.
Exactly. So I was like, I'll give this to Nathan. I wouldn't be surprised if Regan won. Blah, blah, blah. Yeah. But it's been. But thing is, I mean, it adds a lot of excitement, a lot of speculation.
Of course it does.
And also, if both men are going to be at the Olympia battling it out, they'll have another chance. They'll have another chance when when theoretically they will be looking their best.
Exactly.
Because everyone likes to bring their A game to Olympia.
That's right.
I mean, it's not about liking. You have to. You have to. Or it's like last call out job, isn't it?
That's right.
Because it's Olympia. So okay. So we'll go to our first guest. Obviously, fantastic interview there. His first ever interview, Derrick.
First ever interview. And he's done it with MD.
Like Samson, like Urs Kalasinski. Yeah, we were. Because and also I think I was one of the first to interview William Bonac.
All right, okay.
Back in 2011.
Yep.
And when he was a 212 at the British Grand Prix. And so I could hear someone, I've said this many, many times, and I could hear someone saying over my shoulder, who the F is Giles interviewing? Who's he talking to?
Yeah.
And I did the same with Blessing at the 2017 Arnold Europe when he was still amateur.
Yeah.
Because I was waiting for Nathan to turn up because he was on the Yamamoto stand. And I said, look, I'll go away out the front. I'll be there with the camera and the mic. And I was waiting, and he was like, I'll be 10 minutes. And of course, obviously, busy with the fans. So I saw Blessing. And I said, Blessing, because he just won 3 shows that qualified him for his pro card. He won 3 in a row.
Right.
Diamond Cup, Arnold Europe, and he won 3. So he got his pro card technically 3 times in a row.
Okay.
So I thought, I'll get this guy.
Yeah.
And I got told off for interviewing him.
You got told off?
Yeah, the next thing you know, they're like, Giles, just do what the hell you want.
Yeah.
Because in 2018, I was at the Arnold Classic and I was interviewing Kamal. And he was by himself on the table. It's his first ever pro show. He ended up winning it.
Yeah.
And they were like, I said, please, I want to go interview my friend Kamal. And, Giles interviewing his friends again. And next thing you know, they're like, just crack on, Giles, just crack on.
Yeah. Well, the thing is, we like to show, up and coming guys love.
Yeah.
Right? You know what I mean? Because they're the future.
And there's no gamble in interviewing. It's great. Obviously, we love getting the big names, the Ramis, the Haddies, the Derrick Lunsfords, the Samsons, and but at the end of the day, you got to help the talent coming up.
Coming up. Yeah, exactly.
So
and the ones that we've been picking, they've just been hitting it off.
Yeah, exactly. Mystic Tiger. What's the equivalent for Derrick? Mystic Tiger and
just Big D. I just like Big D.
Just Big D.
Big D
speaks for itself.
Yeah, speaks for itself.
Right. Okay then. I went to a comedy club last night.
A comedy club
in Leeds. Yeah, really good. At the High Tech Club. It's not High Tech. That's the name of the sponsor. Hi-Fi Club.
Oh no, you didn't.
I did.
Oh yes, you did.
Oh God, no. Derrick.
Oh, okay then.
It's freaking comedy, not panto.
Well, it's a bit like panto, isn't
Americans aren't going to understand what panto is. It's just doesn't matter.
Americans are not going to understand. Where you get that from?
So anyway,
American love comedy.
Yeah, it was really good, really good. And he was asking about who people were from, and then he said, anyone not from the UK? And Lauren said, me. And he went, where are you from? She goes, South Africa. She goes, who are you with? And he said, what do you do, Giles? And he said he started taking the piss. It was a posh name and all that. Yeah. And then I said, I work in bodybuilding media, so I work for a magazine in America. And he went, check out the, was it dick swinging? That's what he said I was doing. Yeah. And he went, it was good fun. It was a really good night, actually. Very, very highly recommended. And drove home. It was very good, very good. Anyway, back to Francisco Barrios Vlk. I hope I've said that right. Is it Vlk or Bulk, he said? Vlk. That's his mother's maiden name.
That's right.
So, so 28 years old. He's now just took 2 third places. I'll show you this one, Derrick, because this is how he looked in Spain at the other week, the Spain show.
Can you spin that up?
Yeah.
Okay.
Do you want me to blow him up a little? Yeah.
Oh.
There you are. So he took 3rd place here, Derrick. 3rd place in a very, very stacked pro show. 28 years old.
You got some muscle, hasn't he?
Yeah, good legs.
Yeah.
Good. This is fantastic. Look at the conditioning. What do you think, Derrick?
Yeah, his conditioning is good for the first time to say. That's his first pro show, he says.
No, he's been competing for a couple of years, but he's had 2 third places. He got 3rd in Texas behind Keon.
All right.
And then he took 3rd place here in Spain. Right. So he was getting 7th and 8th the year before, so he's moved up. He's had in 2 different continents, Europe and America, he's had 2 third places in 2 big shows. Because Spain, I think Spain and Texas were probably 2 of the biggest shows of the year.
Yeah.
Weren't they? Italy was a big show as well, obviously, because it had a big lineup. But, Spain was a fantastic show as well. So, yeah, he looks really good. Very polished.
He's got some nice muscle there.
I like his colour. See, he's got a Patrick Tuor conditioning.
Well, yeah.
Isn't he?
Yeah.
Nasty conditioning. Does look good. Yeah, he got a lot of potential. He's 90 kilo here, so 198. So he's still got 14 pounds.
Wow.
Before he hits the 212 limit.
Yeah.
But he's just continued. I've known this kid. He was a kid 5 years ago. 5 years now, and he's continually improved. Yeah, continually improved. Living in originally from Argentina, now living in Brazil with his
lovely Brazil.
Yeah, with his wellness pro lady, living the dream in Brazil with Gasp as well. So not with any supplement companies as well.
That's it. He's got a nice sponsor, Gasp, because they're a good team, family guys out there.
Awesome people. I love them.
Yeah.
I love them. Let's have a look here. Some pictures. See, it looks really good there. So this was in Alicante at the VB Spaces, the venue. Yeah, there he is. Yeah, looks really good. Ole Krivier was the winner. I forgot what was runner-up now. Oh, there's a new guy. New guy was a runner-up. There's Dobromir Delev. He was 4th. Very well-known 212 and Open Pro. Let's have a look. Right, okay. Yeah, I like the conditioning, the separation in the legs. Look at the hardness.
Yeah.
Rock hard, isn't
he? Yep.
28. That was when I started competing.
Was it? 28?
Yeah, I was 28. That was my first show.
Wow.
First show, 28. I won as well. There's Patrick. Choosing food. This was that was the year I was with him. Yeah, was it? When he did the amateur. Yeah, because we all went out for dinner afterwards. Vegas. There he is when he's working with an amateur. There's obviously Patrick. Let's have a look at this video outside, just as he's being tanned up. I'll zoom in for you there, Derrick. Yeah. Wow. Nice physique.
Yeah.
What do you think?
Yeah, he's there. He's coming up nicely, I think. Yeah, nice little waist and thing like that.
He's the right height
Good
as well,
ratio.
isn't he?
Yeah,
Because if he's still got 14 pounds, he can
play
gain.
with. Yeah.
You know. Let's have a look at the back because I want to see the back of the conditioning. That's Jesus. The guy just walked past.
Yeah.
What's his name? Jesus.
Is that his name?
Well, Jesus.
Okay.
I call him Jesus. He's a classic pro. He's won loads of pro shows.
Yeah.
He's good and he's tight.
Yeah,
he's tight. Yeah, he wasn't posing his hamstrings there either, was he?
No. Can see why Patrick was shouting at him.
Yeah. Patrick goes mental, you know.
Gosh, I can believe it. Even if you win.
Yeah, Laszlo.
Even if you win.
Poor old Laszlo. Laszlo, and he said, and Patrick was like, literally, he was because he was there at the event. He was there at the event.
Yeah.
And even though Laszlo won, and Laszlo's like, yeah, I won. He's like, why are you fucking pose your legs? You didn't do this. You didn't do that. You let your legs relax. You could have lost that. I think it's because he thought he could have lost it.
Yeah.
And he knows how good he is.
Yeah, that's it.
Do you know this? I know this might sound crazy, but there's people that think Laszlo could win the Classic Olympia this year. It's
a tall order.
Terence Ruffin's actually competing now today in Dubai.
Yeah.
And I'm going to predict that he wins. In fact, the show in Dubai, we'll come to this in a bit now. I'm going to go on Bodybuilders Like Borders.
Yeah.
There's a show in Dubai and the classic lineup is like
phenomenal.
It's like to make top 10 is going to be a battle. There's big names. You've got Wesley Vissers who won last week.
Yeah.
You've got Terence Ruffin, Branch Chen, this guy called Branch Chen, who was 5th in Olympia in 2018, 2019. Incredible. Fantastic legs. I'll show you. Mm-hmm. But so anyway, so fantastic Barrios. His first ever interview there for a media outlet.
Yeah, did very well.
Yeah, it looks really, really good. Nice kid. I've known him a few years. Do you want to see any training stuff or posing stuff, Derrick? Or
you can show us a bit of it, yeah.
Let's have a look. What is he doing now? Is he doing some weird training stuff here? Hang on. We love a good hack squat, we do.
Yeah.
Come on, I want to see you taking your pre-work. That's boring. I want to see you lifting some heavy weight. Come on, get on with it. How many plates? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Do you do hack squats?
I did do, because I think that's what built my legs.
Really?
Yeah, but I did them against Guesty.
Do you do them with knee wraps?
Yeah, God, 100%.
I tried it with knee wraps, and I ended up doing 4 plates for 8 reps, and I didn't get any sort of pump in my quads.
Oh, no, I've got to do it with knee wraps.
Really?
Yeah, I feel my knees going if I don't.
Yeah, I find them very, I don't know, maybe I might start doing them again, because they've got a good hack squat in my gym in Legends.
Have they?
Yeah. Oh, there's Engel Calderon. Here he is. That's the guy who beat Kamal in the 212 Olympia last year. He's the He's the current runner-up at the Olympia.
Right.
Engel Calderon. This guy here. There he is.
Yeah,
he's a monster. He's so wide.
I love a good hack squat.
Yeah. Do you?
Yeah, I love a good hack squat, but I haven't seen one yet.
I might start doing them now I've started back training and stuff properly.
Right.
So
I love hack squats.
Yeah, maybe they're probably better for me than barbell squats. Oh, there's Flex Lewis. Yeah, there he is. My big brother has more O's than yours. So cool. Yeah, Flex doing very well. That big move from Florida to Vegas really did pay off. It seems like everyone trains at bloody Flex Lewis's Dragon's Lair in Las Vegas now.
Wow.
You know, you got Milos and Regan, and it's just everyone's there. You know, and there's a lot of good gyms in Vegas as well.
Yeah.
You've got Iris Kyle Hidetada's gym. Do you know that Iris Kyle Hidetada, they're not actually together?
They're not together?
No, he's got a wife. He's got a Japanese wife. They're just business partners. They just go everywhere together because they're too big. They're two Olympia champions.
Yeah.
Because he's the 212 Masters Olympia champion now.
Yeah.
And obviously he was a great 212 and open competitor. Mm-hmm. Everyone just assumed that they were together, but they're not. They're just like business partners in the gym, powerhouse gym.
Well, it works.
Yeah, it does. It's funny because just everyone just automatically assumed that they were together. And someone said, no, he's got a Japanese wife.
Yeah.
So I thought, wow, that was a bit of a shock. So anyway, right, okay, then let's go on to John DeWitt, who we also had in this episode, but we haven't actually interviewed yet because the only time I could get him was tomorrow because he's at the San Antonio Pro today. And the only other time he could do tonight was way too late. And Derrick likes to be tucked up in bed by 9 o'clock.
Definitely. Yeah,
with his cup of cocoa.
That's right.
So, yeah.
And my Horlicks.
Horlicks. Americans not going to know what Horlicks is, Derrick.
I know, but Horlicks.
Horlicks. American, seriously, if you put on the comments, if you're American and you know what Horlicks is, I would please put it in the comments because it's a very, very British reference. It's like, like cups of tea and croquet on the lawn. Right, okay then. I like John DeWitt's videos because he's really made a name for himself, not just as a very, very good pro bodybuilder, but as someone who's very, very scientific and he knows a lot about like these kind of instructional videos. All these videos here look, yeah, counting your protein wrong, coaching people, the shoulders down, going to try to too quickly, happens as you see, those feet out, like different titles, you know, the little instructionals, and he puts out very, very good quality content. But what I want to see is I think it's this update, because Derrick, he's qualified for the Olympia as a 212, and he's doing an open show in the Legion in a few weeks, because he's kind of cruising into the Olympia. And he said if he wins Legion, he's going to pull out the Olympia.
He's going to pull out the Olympia?
Of the 212 Olympia.
Oh, right, okay.
And I think he's going to go do the Open. But he said, what did he say to me? He said I think he might go do Romania as an Open.
Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, so he's, like, it's all a bit up in the air. But thing is, it's only because he's looking so good as an Open. I mean, he looks totally transformed.
Let's have a look at him.
I mean, this is the video. I was like, okay, this is
How tall is he?
5'7", 5'8", 5'6".
Wow.
But look, I mean, honestly, Derrick, like, he doesn't look like that as a 212. Like, this is him as an Open. And I was like, I actually messaged on the MD group chat, and I screenshot it and sent it to him. And I said, John, you look like some guys, they don't look much different. Do you know what I mean? Especially if they're competing as 212 currently, not like they've taken a year off to put size on. I mean, this is how he looks before he hits 212.
Flip me. And
then when he hits 212 and he loses all this fullness. I said to him, mate, you actually look better as an Open.
Yeah.
So if he goes and beats Charles Griffin, beats Justin Rodriguez, beats Dorian Hayward, and all the other guys that are doing the Legion Open, then I think there's a very good argument for him going Open permanently. Because I said to him, look,
good. It looks good from the front.
Does.
Have you got any pictures from the back?
Derrick, he's fantastic from the back.
Come on.
Hang on. I'll show you some other. I'll just see if I can find any back. Yeah, this is okay, this is, see, these 3 weeks out here. Yeah, look. Oh, bugger. It's not hitting the poses. He does look good as an Open, doesn't he?
Yeah.
He's rock hard. He's full, you know? Like I said, some guys don't look much different, but he does. He's got very good radial bicep. Why is he not hitting it? Come on, hit the pose. Oh, come on, John. Stop teasing us. Right, okay. How are we doing for like? Am I okay on that?
Yeah, good. You're good to be like.
You sure? Definitely?
Yeah, man.
You definitely promise? Yeah. Right, okay. Let's see if we can try and get some back shots. Yeah, look at the thickness of his back. And the thing is, he's conditioned everywhere. Some guys are from the front, but not from the back. Condition. So that's 5 weeks out at 229. So he has to, Derrick, to make weight, he has to lose 17 pounds off that. Talk to me, Derrick.
Yeah. See, my jaw's dropped.
Like, he's in condition there, right?
Yeah.
And that's 5 weeks out from an Open show. So when he does 212, he obviously has to lose a lot of fullness and muscle mass to get it down, you know?
Yeah. Makes sense.
I think
do the Open.
I think he's, I think so.
Yeah.
But I mean, and he's not even dried out or tanned up or anything there.
Looks good. Yeah,
looks really, really good. Right, okay, then that's all I want to see there. Oh, this is another video. I want to see this one. Goal, win Legion. So he's coming for the win. Do you think you beat Charles Griffin? Charles is a big man, isn't he?
Yeah.
Justin Rodriguez, I think people are sleeping on, and people are forgetting how good he is.
Well, the thing is, as I said, look at him by him standing alone there. I mean, he looks phenomenal, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Right. He is phenomenal, right? But when you put him in the lineup, how did you flare then? That's the question, especially against them kind of guys, because they're duping out if you have got any weak spots.
Yeah. Yeah. Exactly. So it'd be interesting because the thing is, he's already won a 212 show. He's already qualified for the Olympics at 212.
That's right.
So if he wins Legion, he can do either.
He's got the choice, hasn't he?
I think statistically he's probably got a better chance of placing better in the 212. But then I got a feeling he just wants to bring his best physique and doesn't want to suffer to get down to 212. Because obviously no bodybuilder likes to lose muscle just to get on stage.
That's right.
And if he's qualified for both, then he doesn't have to worry about that. He could just go do Open.
That's it.
So right, okay then. I'm going to quickly go to Derrick. This blew my freaking socks off. Brandon Curry's been very, very quiet. Very, very quiet of late. And he's not been posting anything. And I thought, is he even doing the Olympia? Like, he's been super quiet.
He's been keeping things under wrap, has he?
Yeah, and that's either a very good sign or a very bad sign with most pros.
Yeah.
It means either they're just, they're just fading away, or they're just doing, they're not competing, or they're just not feeling it, or it means they're grafting.
Yeah.
Working hard, that means. So, Derrick, check this out. Derrick, now bear in mind, this is 7.5 weeks out from the Olympia. So have a look at this and tell me what you think. Look at this. That's 7 weeks out. Zoom in a bit more. There you go. Have a look at this. Look at that condition for 7.5 weeks out. Yeah.
Wow.
I mean, that's pretty much not far off the condition he was on the Olympia last year when he took 4th.
He has been working, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's been grafting.
Yes.
I think he's
gone underground.
He's a bit upset. I think the people haven't been talking about it, but he hasn't been posting yet.
No, he hasn't been posting, has he?
And I think he's using that as fuel. Do you know what? Whatever works, innit?
Yeah.
Isn't it? Whatever works. Whatever gets you fired up, gets you working hard.
Wow.
God, I had him like 4th. I had him 4th to 6th. Do you think he could sneak in the top 3? Do you think he would maybe win it?
I think he could be. He's shouting the top 3. If he been his condition like he normally does.
Yeah.
Right. He'll be shouting top 3.
But look at that. I mean, he looks sharp. Even the legs are hard at 7.5 weeks out. I mean, look at the midsection.
That's what I mean. The midsection is tight and everything, man.
I tell you what, I really could he beat Samson? No, I can't say that. I can't. I actually thought I wouldn't say that on camera. I'll show you Samson next, and then you tell me what you think. I mean, obviously, it's all speculation this far out anyway. We've still got 7 weeks. Exactly. A lot can happen in 7 weeks.
A lot can happen in 7 weeks.
But look at the fullness and the roundness and his upper body and the legs.
He looks phenomenal, doesn't he?
He looks. I mean, look at the hamstring drop. Look at it. Look at the hamstrings. They're like right behind him.
He looks dangerous.
He does, doesn't he?
Yeah.
Douche.
Go on, B.
Yeah. Came to your gym. You trained with him. You trained shoulders.
Certainly, this shoulder blistered me, man.
I was like, Derrick, you look struggling a bit there, mate. And he said, oh, I'm only training at about 50% at the moment. Yeah. I was like, what?
What was that young lady? What was that young lady called again?
Oh, Gemma
Lancaster,
women's physique pro.
Wow, she's strong.
She came all that way. She's ex-military, you know.
Is she?
Yeah.
Oh, well.
Yeah. It was nice that she came all that way as well.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
Lovely to see her.
Yeah, it was really good. Really good. But look at the shoulders. So anyway, this has got everyone talking now. Brandon Curry, 2019 Mr. Olympia, won the Arnold Classic in 2019. It's only been duplicated by Ronnie Coleman and Dexter Jackson. So winning both in the same year. So yeah,
let's see if he comes back.
Yeah, I like the fact that that everyone had. I mean, it's not that we wrote him off. It's just that if no one hears a peep from you, people just assume you maybe you're not. Yeah. You're just not. There's no point if you're not doing anything. There's no point posting much.
That's it.
So and then posting that, it's like he's got the eye of the tiger, and he's got the eye of the tiger. Yes. So yeah, I just wanted to show that quick video there, and I love Brandon and Brandy, and hopefully, I think I'm trying to get Brandon on for next week.
Oh, brilliant!
I'm trying, I thought you'd be happy about that.
Yeah, definitely. Good to talk to him again.
Cool. Are we okay on light?
Yep, we're good. Yep,
starting to lose a bit of light now. Anyway, we're going to wrap up now. Anyway, right? Okay, then, Derrick. Now take another deep breath. Okay, now you've seen Brandon.
Yeah.
Your false teeth have fallen out onto the table. Now let's see if this blows off your false leg.
Let's do it.
Right, check this out. He posted this yesterday, Derrick. This is him with a classic pro, a British guy, Michael DeBull. Look at that. What do you think? That's 6 weeks out.
I've gone back onto him.
You go back and forth, don't you?
Oh man!
And can I say something? He's only just started.
Yeah, no.
I know. Do you know what though? That's the best time to start those kinds of things, because I did that once, left it till 5 weeks out, and I was really lean. And I tell you what, the changes you see every day.
Every day.
When you leave it to the last minute, those kinds of compounds. So anyway, we shouldn't be talking about that. It's all powered by Hostile. Right, okay then. But yeah, look at that though. Look at the separation. I mean, that's pretty much, I mean, look. Okay, right, Derrick, just show that. Can you see that?
Yeah.
Right, that is Samson, right? That's Samson on the stage at the Olympia last year. Obviously, the new cover man. I've just blown the surprise. Look at the legs. Look at the quads there, okay? And then look at the quads. Just put it full screen. And look at the quads here. I'll zoom in.
Feathered.
He's leaner now. He's drier now. So that's with 6 weeks to go. And this is where he really starts putting the pedal to the metal. So, But tell you what, Michael de Bull, how is he still classic? Because he's doing the Olympia as well. He's really good, really good. I mean, he's
dry, isn't he?
Yeah, he's won the All UK twice. Yeah, he won a show in Dubai last year. He's done the Olympia. I think he was he top 10? I'm sure he was top 10, top 15. Yeah, he's done really well. But it's funny, isn't it? I mean, there's not much difference there between classic and open. So,
don't get me wrong, the guy's good, but there's a big difference here, Jack.
Okay.
Right, look at the sweep on Samson's thighs and things like that. Like, there's a big difference. Look how Samson's standing proud, isn't it?
Yeah.
Like, upright. The other guy's a bit, crunched over. Do you know what I mean?
Okay. I like
back, military style.
Do you know what I like?
That's a beautiful pose, man.
Do you know what I like? I like Samson's legs from the side. Like I said, it just looks like the back of a racehorse's legs.
Freaky.
Yeah. You know when you see those like real like
stallion.
Top thoroughbred
stallions.
Thoroughbred like racehorses, and it's just muscle, veins, and skin.
Yeah.
That's what he's got. So he's our main thoroughbred. We're sending to the Olympia. So here's from the back, Derrick. Yeah, it's a little bit sharp from the back, but I mean, that's a pretty good place to be in at 6 weeks out. So, and his rear lat spread. You've seen his rear lat spread, Derrick.
Can you zoom in a bit more on that one?
I can zoom in a bit now.
People look at this.
Yeah.
People look at this right now.
Awesome,
that's to me. That's an Olympia back there.
Look at the calves. He's not missing anything, is he?
No.
Yeah. I'm impressed. Samson just continually impresses me and blows my mind, really. So, we are losing light now, Derrick.
You're not going to write Samson off. He ain't going.
Nope.
He's going fighting him.
Yeah. Right, quickly, I want to show because there was a big show in Dubai today. In fact, we might do a little bit of review next week, maybe. But this is the guy I'm rooting for in the Classic. One of my all-time Classic favourites, Terence Ruffin. He's been second at the Olympia twice. Wow. Dropped to 6th place last year, but he's taken his conditioning, as you can see there, to a whole new level. I love Terence. I've written articles about him in MD. I've interviewed him many, many times. And also, this is the Branch Chen guy I was telling you about. Look at the legs.
Oh yeah.
He's been 5th in Olympia. I think I've got 2019 in my head. I haven't seen him at Olympia since. He might have done it. I don't know, but I've not noticed him. But this guy is impressive. This is probably Terence Ruffin's and Wesley Visser's main competition today in the Classic.
Right.
So, Derrick, how are we doing for light, mate? A bit dark?
It's okay, you. Yeah, you're dropping a little bit now.
Okay. Well, we'll leave it. Because like I said, we're going to wrap up now anyway.
Yeah.
So, I just wanted to quickly show our guy, Branch Chen, there. But like I said, it's hard to comment on the shows because actually the show is actually going on right now.
Yeah.
So it's probably hard to sort of, it's probably not worth really commenting. Also, Corey Japara there won the San Antonio, which is where John DeWitt is right now at time of filming.
Yep. It's
one of my favourite Classic guys. I remember he took 3rd at the Arnold Classic back in 2018. Beautiful physique, really nice physique, great Classic. So excited to see him back at the Olympia. James Hollinshead guest posing at 302 pounds in Sweden. I've got one comment though, Derrick. What do you think that is?
What do you mean? What do I think that is?
Could he not slap some tan on?
Yeah, he could have done.
I mean, come on. I'm sure it was an effort for him to shave all that body hair off because he's got a lot of body hair. But I mean, he could have slapped some tan on.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, come on.
I mean, there's people working behind stage. They could have just put.
Come on. I know there's a lot of mass to cover, but I'm sure if they had 2 or 3 tanning girls, they could have done him in about an hour.
Exactly.
But he's working with Milos now.
Is he working with Milos?
Yeah. So, with Samson's blessing, I hope. Yeah. So actually, I will like this. I would like this one little bit now, and then we'll just. Yeah, that's enough. Yeah, because we'll wrap it up now anyway. So he looks good. So let's see. Do you think, Matt? Do you think he'll be able to do what he did with Samson? Do you think?
Say that again.
Do you think Milos will be able to do with James what he did with Samson? I think Samson's got a different sort of physique.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, James huge, isn't he?
James is huge. I mean, he looks good. He's got all the right muscle bellies and things like that.
Yeah. In the mic, Jay.
Samson, yeah. I don't know.
He's a lump though, isn't he, James? I mean, he's ridiculously strong as well.
Is he?
Yeah, ridiculous. He does like 6-7 plates to the floor.
Yeah.
Squatting.
Right.
Squatting. Yeah, he's a big dude. Very loves his training. So,
He's not balanced though, is he?
I think he's quite balanced.
No. His legs are overpowering for his upper body. But Milos has got a way of turning things round.
True.
Right, so if he's in Milos' hand now, whoa. Watch your space.
I'm not sure about that cap. I mean, that's a Hunter Labrada trick. Maybe he's trying to copy him. But no. So, anyway, it was good to see him. Anyway, looking good, like nice and lean. Anyway, but I think if you put some tan on, you could actually see the fact he's actually in quite good condition. His abs are nice and tight. You know, the intercostals when he flexes them, he's just a monster, isn't he? Looks like a big Viking. Well, if they had long hair, of course, and a beard. Oh, he's got the beard, of course. Right, okay. I think that's all I want to see there on Bodybuilders at Borders, because, like I said, the Dubai Pro is actually going on right now, and so it's obviously difficult to comment when the show's actually still going on. So, okay, then, guys. Also, the new issue of MD finally came. Very, very happy about that, Derrick.
Yep.
I'm just gonna casually. Flick to the Samson Dowder article. I wonder who wrote it. What's that? Oh, it was me. Giles Tigger Thomas. They are it. But fantastic feature. I was really not feeling well when I wrote that, you know.
Well, no.
And I don't know what it was, but I like I said last week, I just went into went into the zone. And honestly, I think it's one of my favorite ever articles.
Is it?
And Samson doesn't have his yet at time of filming. He's got 5 issues being sent to him, and I've said to him, I've actually insisted, and I've actually told him, I've said, Samson, you are signing this issue. Then I'm going to put it with my Phil Heath and my Brandon Curry signed cover issues of MD, and I'm going to put them up on that wall there. So when the guests come on, they're going to see all their little the wall of fame.
That's right.
With our YouTube button as well for all our subscribers and everything.
Definitely.
So like I said, check this issue out. It's fantastic, and I've just done all the work for the issue for November issue. Mm-hmm. So Derrick, you're going to click the camera to yourself, and you're going to have the final word.
Final word is, guys. I know I'm looking a little bit dark, but I mean, okay, yeah, but you know, show your love everybody. And, you know, keep it real. Nice. I've got to follow that now. Yeah, you got to follow that. Right, Derrick. I think we need to get our asses to Nando's. Oh, yeah. Because I haven't had... Do you know when the last time I had Nando's? Last week. Yesterday. Yeah. And I'm getting the shakes. I'm getting the shakes. And do you know what? The one in Leeds is so much better. It is. The chickens are bigger. In the light? I think, yeah. Is in the light, yeah. Yeah, I think. Do you know what I think it is? What I've been told it is? Some of these have halal chicken. And the halal chickens are stronger. Yeah, smaller. Smaller. Yeah. Smaller. Yeah. So yeah, but it is what it is. It's all right, so no problem. Yeah. Right, okay then, guys. I hope you enjoyed this episode of MD Globe Muscle. Next week is the France show. Yep. Nathan, win number 11. Definitely. Which he was cheated out of last week from Spain. But we were, no, I'm joking. No. I'm joking. No. Congratulations, Regan. I'm glad that Regan's got his qualification, because coming all that way from America to Europe, and imagine if he hadn't been at the Olympia, it would have been a disaster. Yeah. So I'm glad. So hopefully Nathan can get his win, and then we can get to see Nathan D'Asha on stage at the Olympia, because we haven't seen him on stage at the Olympia since 2018. Oh, has it been that long? He was 8th place. Right. And he was 7th place in 2017. I've got a feeling... somebody asked me how I think Nathan will place at the Olympia. Yeah. I think he's 7th, 8th. I think he could definitely make the top 10 this year. He wants top 6. Yeah. I think the top 6 is going to be too strong, you know. Samson, Brandon, Derrick, Haddy, Andrew Jacked. You got Hunter, you got Crizzo. I feel like I've missed somebody out. And if Nathan brings his A game, you know, hopefully, you know, you don't know. I'd love. Thing is, if he got 6th, that'd be 1 spot higher than he was in 2017. There you go. So so it'd be great to see, and he's looking fantastic. And this new version of him, I love the conditioning, I love the shape. He's got beautiful shape. So, and we'll get to see him go against Regan again. So that'd be cool. Gets his condition, get it nailed. Yeah, he'll be a contender. Cool. All right then, Derrick. Well, as always, mate, thank you so much for assisting me with our favorite online. Always a pleasure. Thank you, Dick. Always a pleasure. Never a chore. Never a chore. Right, Derrick, let's go get some spicy chicken. Okay. Right, okay then, guys. Hope you enjoyed this episode. As always, please do not forget to like, share, subscribe, and hit the notification bell. And with my main man, Derrick Clarke, in the house, I'm Giles Thomas. And always, thank you for watching, thank you for supporting, and ladies and gentlemen, we are out.